All right, Matt Binder here, back on the Progressive Victory YouTube channel, and I'm here with Sam from We're in Hell.
Hell yeah.
And I gotta say, that's like the perfect name for a YouTube channel, at least especially in this day and age.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's I'm trying not to be a doomer, but yeah, like literally every video I like deep dive into some political issue, and it ends with me being really depressed.
I mean,
Like,
my like podcast, like the podcast version I put out is called the title of it's Doomed.
yeah,
And it's not doomer content. It just covers the specific things that, and I'm usually an optimist about things, but I really do feel like we're in hell right now.
yeah. No, it's oh yeah. I'm a loud talker. I'm new to the. I'm new to
Hold
holding
it like to your chest, like this.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah. I'm used to going full lapel, so this is good.
Yeah, this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
So that's why we're not clipping
No,
it
it's
to our
so-
shirt.
yeah.
If we had a shirt that would like a button-up shirt would have been perfect.
I get why the Zoomers on TikTok always hold them now. It makes sense.
Vosh was smart for wearing a button-up shirt. Because,
Yeah. Not me. No, I like to.
I
play
don't
it
think
loose.
I don't think I own any button-up shirts.
Yeah, I started trying to be like I want to look a little bit like an adult. It's not working well.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to try the bowler hat or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think we could bring back the fedora. I think that
No,
there needs to be
no.
a lot. I think there needs to be a lot of just like people, like cool guys like us, just like very sincerely wearing fedoras and like not acting like it's a bit. Don't act like it's like funny. Just going in, just right into that. You know.
Right. So what there's no segue from
Yeah.
that.
No, for sure.
What brings you out here today?
I mean, I was asked to. But, yeah.
That's the obvious. I mean, I think
Yeah,
we were all
yeah.
asked to. Maybe there is someone here who just barged in without an
Yeah,
invitation.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Well, I'll have to find out.
That's the person I want on this stream.
Right,
That
yes,
person
yeah.
is gonna be deranged. I like that. Yeah, no, I heard about this and yeah, obviously wanted to like help out. It's wild to like just find it. Like what really struck me was like I watched like one of the debates and there were so many issues that were just so like local issues that like I don't know anything about. Like it's like a sewage treatment plant or something, and it's like why. It's so weird that like we have to care about this because of like so much money coming into this from APAC that it's like heated up to become this elevated thing when like it doesn't seem like it should be that at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, it's it's a bizarre sort of thing that House representatives have to deal with, and I think it's sort of odd because these are like the issue, sewage issue, like that's something for state and local politicians.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, members of the House, they go and vote on like national issues.
Right.
Like there is this idea that, and I think this is sort of harmful to everyday voters, that they would be going to yes, these politicians are involved with bringing back money to the community, but again, a lot of these local planning issues are for local and state politics.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't understand where each politician is, who's responsible for what.
Yeah.
Like for example,
I mean, I'm gonna say I am Canadian, so I fully don't understand who's responsible for what.
I think a great example is for a very long time, and I think most people would think this. It's a little bit less now because so much has been made out of it. But for a very long time, most people assumed that in New York City, public transportation, the MTA, was controlled by the mayor.
Right.
That is not the case at all.
Okay.
The governor of New York makes the decisions for the MTA.
Okay. So
The mayor of New York has literally nothing to do with the MTA.
that's wild.
That is why.
Is that how it works in other cities, or is this just New York?
I just know New York. And
Okay,
it comes to
yeah,
that,
yeah.
But people assume that the MTA runs mostly in New York City. You would think that's what.
Obviously, yeah.
But no, the governor is. That's why New York State Governor Kathy Hochul was able to make that decision to cancel congestion pricing in Manhattan. This was basically a move to charge drivers, car owners, when they come into Lower Manhattan, below 60th Street, you get charged $15, and that the hope was that
I love this.
they could raise money
Yeah.
for the MTA to put it into making the public transit system better, and also make Manhattan a little bit healthier, because the assumption is, yeah, maybe less people will drive it.
Yeah.
She, after supporting it for years, outright, just weeks before it was supposed to go into effect this month, said we're not doing it. Just made the decision, didn't even tell people, certain people. And, like, they were literally emails coming out from like the MTA, like how to prepare for congestion pricing, after she already made the announcement that it wasn't happening.
Jesus.
And the mayor of, no, I'm not saying Eric Adams would have done anything differently because he's a horrible mayor, but if like a bill, from my understanding, would have been supportive of this idea, he could have done nothing to reverse this.
Right.
Even though it's a thing that affects
Yeah.
New York City and not the rest of New York
No, that's
State.
crazy. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. And so, like, I guess, like, yeah, like, just like everywhere else gets to essentially vote on, state
Right.
of, like,
So when it comes to like local issues, the idea that it would take up so much time, like local issues broadly, sure, but like specific things, like this is a house race.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
would you bring up to Biden or Trump during the presidential debate what's going on with sanitation? I mean,
yeah. Jesus.
right. So does something like that happen in Canada?
I mean, yeah, like in a lot of ways. Like, I mean, like I'm from Toronto, where there's like amalgamation. So like the surrounding, like Toronto is now like there's the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, and so like neighboring like the suburbs are now part of the city in a way where generally the way that like or like you probably know about our famous mayor Rob Ford, R.I.P. That he like the reason he won was because he appealed to the suburbs, which like basically on a sort of like culture war-y sort of like resentment towards downtown, and essentially you have like sort of these outer areas able to like vote in elections to like affect the policy for just like downtown areas, and it sucks, it's garbage, and because like obviously their priorities are not going to be the same, and
Right. So with like this, the current politics in Canada, would a candidate like we're here for Jamal Bowman? Would a candidate who the AIPAC's coming after him because of his position in Israel Palestine? Would a candidate who came out like that forcefully for Palestinians be affected in?
I mean, I imagine, probably. I don't know. Like, there's not been many Canadian politicians, or any really that I'm aware of, that have like been coming out like against Israel in any like meaningful way.
Right.
Even like our mayor, Olivia Chow, who was like the progressive option. We have like a progressive mayor now for the first progressive mayor for the first time in. Like the last two mayors were both like pretty conservative, and now and like even she has been like condemning any of the protests, like claiming that they're like illegal, which is straight up untrue, and like she's the wife of the late Jack Layton, who's the head of the NDP, the essentially like Doc Dem party in Canada, who went to the Supreme Court of Canada to fight to make it so that no protest needs a permit, and then she has then gone on to say like, oh, the like pro-Palestine protests are permitted, which is wild for her to say. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. But essentially, like I have not really. I imagine that AIPAC would, or equivalent organization would absolutely come after any Canadian politician that did that.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if AIPAC did get involved.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't have to know because all of them are horrifically pro-Israel.
I mean, is it a function of they feel inclined to get involved because Canada isn't as conductive to what Israel is doing as?
In some ways, but I honestly, I don't know. Like I I should be more aware of this. I try and go to plenty of the protests, but mostly for there's obviously an encampment at U of T, which is the university.
Is it still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, they're going strong. I know someone who like just like graduated, and like when you graduate, they like you shake the like president of the university's hand. She like gave him a letter that's like it said like blood on your hands.
Wow.
So badass. But yeah, no, like it's like literally like graduations just happened, and there's like a massive like encampment with like Palestinian flags outside, which rules so hard. But yeah, they're like their big goal has been trying to get like the university divest and like sever ties with like Israeli universities. And I don't know, the Trump police are very brutalized protesters. I've seen it many times, but I mean, yeah, they are still going, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it feels to me that it is not something to be threatened. It feels like there's like most politicians have been completely with supporting the cops and like supporting Israel. So yeah, I guess that answers your question. But
No,
yeah,
I had J-Reg on before.
yeah,
We
yeah,
talked a lot about politics in Canada and what brought him out
Right.
here to get involved with this. Also, I believe you are also officially registered as a foreign agent, just like he is.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
So we're on the up and up again.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Absolutely.
So what? So would you say like you just like it's obvious. It almost feels silly to ask, but
Yeah.
American politics clearly has a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah,
function in
I
Canadian
tend to go by. I think Zizek had the line that like yeah, like American politics obviously impacts us so much. I like Zizek's take that everyone in the world should vote in the American elections except for Americans. I think that would honestly make the world a much better place. um,
Right.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it would have been the same vote.
Yeah. I mean, the system works. This is proof. No, I mean, like, yeah, it obviously has like massive spillover just in terms of like, it's such a weird thing. Most Canadians follow American politics at least as closely as Canadian politics, but like it's as a sport for us instead of as like reality. Um, but yeah, no, it's yeah, we're the little brother who's just up there who's just watching, and it's yeah, it's bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of Canada, how about them Oilers?
You're,
What?
no, you
A Canadian who doesn't?
I'm sorry, man. I make video essays. I don't leave my house. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
We're messing with the mics.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. All right,
Okay,
perfect. Yeah.
Cool. It feels so weird to not
Yeah.
be like I'm like in a punk band on stage,
Yeah.
doing the.
No, I'm used to like doing stand up, and yeah, it's, yeah.
So Canadian. That's not a hockey fan. Right?
Yeah, no, we exist.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm at a loss for words.
I'm sorry, yeah. No, yeah, you'll have, yeah, me and I think J-Reg too are about as equally
I'll be
uninterested in
honest.
sports.
Not only aren't you just a Canadian, you actually look like a hockey fan. Like your style, the hat, the hair, the stash.
Yeah.
You look like a quintessential Canadian hockey guy. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, no, we did not send anyone who is into hockey at all.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
there goes half of this interview. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what? In terms of like you coming out here, like, is it something that like is specific to this moment in time? Like it feels like maybe what I'm asking is like, would you have come out like just a few years ago? Like,
I mean,
it feels like we're in like a crossroads here.
Yeah, well,
where it's like all hands on deck, right?
Yeah, it absolutely feels that way. I mean, it also like I don't know what I really like that like about sort of like progressive victory and just this whole thing has been just how sort of I don't know like Big Ten it is in terms of like I don't know yeah I guess like focusing on electoral politics in a way that feels very effective or like hopefully at least like I don't know I feel like hopefully it is like an all hands on deck thing. I've definitely like had like tons of people in my audience who are like upset that I'm like involved in electoral politics, which I don't know if like you've had like anything similar. Like I don't know. I tend to have the take of like we have like as regular people just have so little political capital that it's stupid to leave any of it on the table, and so like vote and do all the other stuff.
Right, yeah,
But, like,
I'm not a fan of the idea of electoral politics. Like, yes, politics isn't all electoral.
Yeah.
And there's more to just life in
Yeah.
general than electoral politics in terms of affecting change.
Yeah.
But who are you expecting to pass laws if you're not going to get
Yeah.
involved at some point with electoral
Like,
politics?
I agree with most criticisms of electoral politics, but
Right.
like also like yeah, like if you don't think voting changes anything, not voting definitely does.
Right,
But,
like,
yeah,
like how we, you guys over there got universal health care. How do we expect to get to get Medicare for all or something similar?
Yeah.
If it's not going to, if we don't have politicians in office,
Dude, I'm
who
fucking
make it
like,
happen?
how scared should I be? So like, my girlfriend really wanted me to get insurance for this weekend, and like I didn't. So like, I'm like no net here. How fucked am I? Like,
Well-
can you like walk? Because like my mind is like, if I like get hurt, yeah, you just go to the hospital. Like obviously that's fucked, but like it's not. You don't pay for that.
Yeah, this,
like
is, this is my suggestion.
walk me through what.
If you get injured,
Yeah.
let's say God forbid something
Yeah.
happens, you get injured. I would go back to Canada and pretend you got hurt there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in 2020 stopped covering like travel insurance by like our like provincial health insurance plan. So
So
yeah.
like if you leave today with a broken leg,
yeah.
just
Just
you know,
walk it off.
walk
it off all
carry-
the way back to yeah.
If it gets detached from you somehow, just carry it around until
Okay.
you get back home.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then go to the hospital and say, oh, I fell down the stairs at home.
It is like I hate when people like do the like Canada's so great and we're so because like we have so many problems and it's like I hate when people like whitewash over it, but it's at the same time like I know like people who are like conservatives and stuff who like I like hang out with who are like conservative there is like basically Biden supporter, you know?
Right. I mean, I guess one good thing you could do is that being that you're like you don't live here, you don't pay.
Yeah.
You ready,
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Come get you in Canada? I mean. We don't have
They
any,
might.
We don't have any extradition laws in Canada.
They wouldn't do that, would they? They can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
No,
You guys are afraid of us, right?
I remember hearing.
You guys would never.
I remember hearing Trudeau in a recent speech saying the American regime must be dismantled and destroyed.
Yeah.
He would never send someone over.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
it is amazing though. Like we are so close, Canada and the U.S., and there are so many similarities. But when it comes to like things like healthcare, so far away and distant.
Yeah.
Do Canadians hear about these things in America and like think
we're
we're crazy?
Yeah. No, like that is like one thing that like Canadians are like just like pretty universally like extremely proud of our healthcare system, kind of to a fault in ways where it's like we compare it like during like the worst parts of like COVID, like when like there's like no vaccines and like there's like tons of deaths. We were like there are press conferences where they're like, well, America's doing this badly instead, and it's like, okay, sure, we're still fucked though.
Right.
Like we like only compare our healthcare system to America rather than like
We were your
Europe.
scapegoat.
Like our healthcare doesn't cover anything in your head. So like psychology or like,
mental health care.
mental health care, drugs, glasses, teeth, ears.
So what do you guys do for? You have to get dental insurance.
Yeah, you
things
just
like
have to pay for that. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
interesting. I always-
and we're just like, well, it's better than the States. So
Well,
yeah.
here you go. That's
Yeah.
it's where we we have equal footing.
Yeah.
You know, it has always been amazing to me that like you go, healthcare covers all bones.
Yeah.
Except for the ones in your mouth.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Those are the only bones that people see.
Yeah. Why is that? Doesn't make any sense. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not saying dentists aren't important, but I
Yeah.
feel like maybe they should be sort of
Yeah.
wrapped up in everything.
I'm
Like,
saying that they're so important that they should be wrapped up
Like,
in everything.
Yeah, like
else.
I don't have to get foot doctor insurance.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
under the normal health
Yeah.
care.
No, it's fucked.
I didn't know that about
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Man.
No, we have like a weird patchwork that like
Wow.
again we're able to get away with because of you guys. So like this is also one of the things
I
where
did-
it's like
this
anytime
is-
you guys like I'm rooting for you guys
Wow.
not just because it's like sports to me, but like I want you guys to be so good that we can't use you as there's an excuse anymore.
This is fascinating.
This is
I
the-
really
yeah.
did not realize that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
amazing. Wow.
No, if you get better healthcare for us, we have to like top you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. This is.
Yeah.
So I mean, Canada should just be putting all their money into supporting Medicare for all in the states.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's where the campaigning should
Yeah,
be
this
going.
is that'd be the most effective use.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Canadians should have registered and been like Bernie Sanders' APAC
Yeah,
in
yeah.
2020. I mean,
Yeah. We absolutely should have.
like
yeah.
I'm trying to throw the word Canada in there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Doing the thing with the mic
Yeah.
again. Oh my
God.
God.
No, this is bad.
It is.
We started having fun. We raised the mic.
Yes, I mean, this is what happens when you deal with people who do live events.
Yeah, yeah.
They're used to holding up the mic like.
No, this is
not
insane to
good.
me. Yeah.
This is not good. But this is an amazing thing that I did not realize. It's maybe I feel like it may be something that I've heard through passing, but it never really hit me until this conversation. So like, what would it take for?
I mean, like this also this applies for like everything, like social issues too. Like we have like there's like racism and stuff in like Canada too. It's like takes on a bit of a different character, but like it's like a very much directed towards like Indigenous people, like as well as like
right.
Black people and like as well. But
Are French Canadians treated differently?
yeah, well French Canadians. Yes, but it's like more that like in Quebec they hate Anglophones, which honestly I think they deserve that. They can do that. Like Quebec is really racist towards like Muslims and stuff too, but like yeah. But sorry, this is all to say though that like we again with like our like racism with like so many of our social issues we just like write it off as like Americans are worse though. So like if you guys like improve on any of these things, like think about it, you're not just helping yourselves, you're also helping all Canadians too.
Right,
Because
well,
we
the rest of
can't
the
use
world
you
did a
as
lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm imagining like.
I'm sure you guys are mainly thinking about that when you make your like.
Right. Well, how can we help Canada?
How does
right.
this affect Canada?
That
is, you guys think about us a lot, right? Like you think about us as much
right.
as we think about you. That's how
Yeah,
that works.
right. Yeah, that's
Oh, okay,
of course.
cool.
Right,
I was
yeah.
worried.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that Bret the Hitman Hart is one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. He's
There you
Canadian.
go. Yeah.
So I think about Canada every time I think of pro wrestling.
Exactly.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love this new character I have in my head of the racist French Canadian. I mean,
it's a very much a thing.
Like someone saying something incredibly racist, just going like ha 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 ha.
Yeah. They do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So like this sort of this is a good to get back to my conversation before with Drag. I don't.
He's fine with
Yeah,
that pronunciation.
I remember
yeah.
him saying that, so
Yeah.
I'll use them all.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
No, the way you can really piss him off is by being really apologetic that you called
Right,
him one.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah.
But we were talking before about Pierre Freedom.
Yeah.
Because his name is very French. And
Yeah,
in America,
yeah.
we anything in French is freedom now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That was
Yeah, Paulia.
So he seems to sort of, I guess that's his constituency, right? That's who his voter base is.
Oh yeah, no, like I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know, so many Canadian elections, it's very much about getting rid of the current person. Like, I think like that's very much how like Trudeau got in originally, was like people were very sick of 10 years of Stephen Harper, and people are pretty sick of Trudeau now. So we don't know in the next election.
How long has Trudeau been in?
Since 2015. So
It felt like longer, honestly.
yeah.
I feel like he's been around for.
Oh yeah, it's been a long.
How many terms? How long do they serve for? Just
No limit.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, we also don't have like set times. Like so, like Trudeau's been pushing back the election. So like, which is a normal thing that the prime minister is allowed to do.
That comes from like the parliamentary system in,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah.
But in the UK, I feel like something goes on there. I feel like they call elections all the time.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, I mean, there's like a coalition because they know basically. I assume that conservatives are going to win when there's elections, so they have a coalition to to hold off an election as long as possible.
There's no law or rule that requires an election by a certain time.
Not that I'm not the expert on this, but not that I'm aware of. No, and like yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Maybe it's for the best that we're not like Canada in those aspects.
so, like, the
Could you
nice-
imagine Trump having to call an election?
I mean, okay, but here's the nice thing. That is true. But also, the one nice thing is that we don't have, like, election years. So, like, you guys have, like, the year of the election. It's just, like, all, like, campaigning. We don't have that. We don't have, like, it's, like, election time. Like, we know, like, when one's coming up-ish. But it's just sort of, yeah. So you can't just have like all the the entire media cycle be dominated completely by that. And yeah.
Right. So We're in Hell is your
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Someone wants to go check it out. What's the latest? What could they expect to see? The latest content.
So I made sort of a name for myself by I make fun of like bad reality shows and then tie that into like a sociological concept. I studied sociology when I was in university. So like for example, there's a show on Netflix called Stay Here. Have you ever seen this?
I've not. No.
So it's a home renovation show, right? Except there's a little twist. All the houses on the show will never be lived in. They will only be rented out on Airbnb. It's one of the most demonic shows I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Who owns the house?
It's just like it's someone who like bought it as their investment property and then they're renovating
So
it
it's
and
a
then they're turning it
show.
into like a
So
ghost hotel.
So it's a show that helps landlords.
Yes.
That's the most bizarre.
Not just
concept.
landlords, Airbnb landlords. Like landlords at least like provide housing in some way. I mean, they don't provide it, but you know what I mean, right? Like, in a way that's different than an Airbnb.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to turn French Canadian for a second. I don't know about that.
They don't provide it, but they do. They all like there is housing when there's apartments.
Right.
This is not even housing. This is just like short-term rentals, which is the worst thing imaginable.
I mean, usually the housing show is the one like benefit, like the house renovation show is like, oh, they're helping out some like family.
The family
just
will
start-
literally be like, "This place is dope. I want to live here." Anyway, I use that as a way to talk about how Airbnb hurts cities. So like stuff like that. I actually just finished doing reality shows because it's been driving me insane by doing it.
You know what? It's probably better
yeah.
than everything else going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm doing weird shit now. I'm like my last like non-reality show video to give you an idea of the different direction is more. I do a history of Area 51, and also I calculate the U.S. military's black budget for fiscal year 2024. It's around $95 billion. That's what's on their books.
Change.
Like, I mean, yeah. Well, no, like, the NSA's budget is fully classified, so we don't even know
Right.
that. There's, like, so many things. The Snowden leaks confirm that they regularly, like, anytime there's a bill, by the way, they can just, the CIA is allowed to add random line items to it, and that's just a secret military project that says it's just, like, tractors.
So where can people find it? Give people the link.
Yeah. Check out my YouTube channel, We're in Hell, on YouTube, and that video is called "The Dark Geography of Area 51." But yeah, you can also check out reality show content. There's a lot of that, and it's very fun.
All right, Sam, with We're in Hell.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thanks
It
so
was
much.
great.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, take another break here. We'll be back in a little bit.
Peace out.